Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. We're about to do a Planetary Pooja on Thursday, October 6, 2022, using the chart of now based on my current location, which is in New Mexico. I'm Swamini Valli. I'm a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has explained to us that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. And in doing this puja, we are inviting the blessings of these light beings to come into our lives and into our world. And we're also waking up these energies within ourselves as well, as we all contain the planets and stars, in addition to them being out there in outer space. In this puja, we're going to be invoking all of the planets, the stars that they're in today, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule those stars, and the planets that rule the signs that the various planets are in. So what I'm showing right now on the screen is the South Indian style layout of the chart, which is showing the planets based on my current location here in New Mexico. And we'll be working with this during the puja. If you're unfamiliar with the South Indian style layout, there is a link to a tutorial video below this video, and hopefully you might watch that and learn to understand the layout of the South Indian style chart a bit better. Each of the 12 boxes is representing a zodiac sign. Dr. Pillai has said the names of all of the planets and the archetypes is in and of itself a quantum sound or a mantra. So even just listening to this puja helps to take us into a higher state of consciousness. So it's okay if you want to just listen to it while you're doing something perhaps more mundane with your time, like, I don't know, folding the laundry, washing the dishes, etc. Even just listening to the puja is beneficial. I know that some of you are participating with the puja, perhaps offering flower petals as we go along. I have on a side table the chart of now drawn in chalk on a chalkboard, and that's where I will be offering flower petals as we go along. As we do the sounds, the mantras, when I say Namaha, I'm putting a flower petal in an appropriate place on the chart on the blackboard. I also have a container of water, a lit tea light, a bell, and a hand fan that I'm going to use during the puja. I'll start with the container of water. I'm dipping the ring finger of my right hand into the water, and I'm sprinkling a few drops of water on each side of the blackboard to purify the space where the puja is happening. I'm sprinkling a few drops of water on top of me to purify me. And I'm tossing a few drops of water out towards space, towards all of you, so that whether you're watching it live or watching it later on the replay, we're all participating in the puja with a sense of being in a purified space and being purified ourselves with the element of water. Next, I'm going to invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. I ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and I thank him for his help with this. Now I do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. I have included a link to that chant up above earlier in the chat, if you're unfamiliar with it. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Avarkumikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Avarkumikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Avarkumikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now we honor the various time elements that are active right now in the local area here in New Mexico. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Thursday, ruled by Jupiter. I'll put the flower petal on Jupiter. Flowers have an esoteric property that when we're holding a flower or a flower petal in our hand, as we say a quantum sound or a mantra, the flower has such purity, it transmits that vibration right into the Akashic level or the causal plane and updates our own Akashic record. We're grateful to the flower petals for their help with this. Now we honor Jupiter, planet that rules the day. Om Gurave Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in at the moment. Right now the moon is in the star called Dhanishta. This is a star symbolized by a drum. It gives blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha, Om Dhanishtaye Namaha, Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi or the moon phase. At the moment in my area, it's a 12th waxing moon, which is called Dwadasami in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said we would use the Sanskrit name of the moon phase, followed by the word Devi, which is invoking the light being associated with that moon phase. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Dwadasami Devye Namaha. Om Dwadasami Devye Namaha. Om Dwadasami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, that's Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the time elements of the yoga and the karana. Dr. Pillai said for these time elements, we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Shula, which has energies that are confrontational. Shula, Shula, Shula. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Bhava, which has energies for creativity. Bhava, Bhava, Bhava. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always start with whatever sign is the ascendant sign. Here that's represented by this AC for ascendant. And we would honor the planet that rules the ascendant sign. This is currently Virgo or Kanya, which is ruled by Mercury. This is the sign that's coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. So we start with honoring Mercury as the ruler of the ascendant. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now, starting with the ascendant sign, we'll go in a clockwise direction around the chart, going into each sign that has planets in it. Right now, in the ascendant itself is Mercury, Venus, and the Sun. We start with honoring Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury is in a star called Uttara Phalguni. This is a star that has energy for relationships. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by an archetype called Aryaman. He rules contracts, keeping one's word, having integrity, having a sense of honor. Honor is when there is a line we just don't cross. We honor Aryaman, and I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Now we're going to honor Venus and the Sun before we invoke the star, because they're both in the same star. So I'll honor the star after we've honored both Venus and the Sun. We start with Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the Sun for being in Virgo. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Venus and Mercury are both in a star called Hasta. This is a star symbolized as an open hand in blessing. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals across Venus and the Sun. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by an archetype called Savitur. Savitur is a form of the sun, and in this form, he's very interested to help with the evolution of human consciousness. And in fact, he has the ability to help stretch our minds so that we can absorb higher truths. We honor Savitur, and I put the flower petals across Venus and the Sun. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo. the most detail-oriented and interested in organization of all the zodiac signs, a zodiac sign that can help with analytical abilities, today containing Mercury, planet of communication, and also a planet of business and laughter and having a quick intelligence. Venus, planet of happiness, passion, desire for material plane comforts, and the sun, which is our soul, and also so important for our physical health. We pause for a moment and reflect on all of this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kanya or Virgo. Excuse me, it's not Kanya Virgo. We're in Kanya Virgo. The next one over is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. And I put the flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Vishaka. This star has a symbol, kind of an archway of triumph. This is a star that can help with victory, success, and triumph. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra can give blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni can give blessings for transformation and purification. We honor both of them, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Reflections may come in the way of seeings or feelings or understandings, and all of those are valid modes of perception. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto retrograde and Saturn retrograde. We start with honoring Pluto, and for him we use the mantra Om Krum Kuntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kuntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kuntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kuntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada. This is a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on top of Pluto, who is retrograde. When planets are retrograde, they are extra powerful. We honor Uttarashada star. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. We honor the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. He also is retrograde today. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, the star of music, prosperity, good reputation. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We honor all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules. Actually, we honor the planet that rules the Dhanishta star, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, who can help with rationality and science, and Saturn, planet of patience, endurance, perseverance, structure, and compassion and service to others. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains the moon and also Neptune, who is retrograde. We start with honoring the moon, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in Dhanishta star. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. We honor Mars, and I put more flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor Neptune, who is retrograde. We use the mantra Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star with energies for purification. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada's star is ruled by an archetype called Aja Ekapada. He can help us to experience deeper levels of silence and forgiveness and stillness. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and compassionate of all the zodiac signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and Neptune, a planet that can help with our intuition and our ability to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter, who is also retrograde. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star of Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with business development. We honor the star, and I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Arbundya, an archetype who helps to guard treasures and valuables. We can ask him to guard our treasures, our valuables, including our treasure that is the very earth itself. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn. We honor Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet who helps with spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Uranus, who is retrograde. Both Rahu and Uranus are in the same star, so we will honor both the planets before we invoke the star. We start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus, who is retrograde. With him, we do the mantra Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in the star called Bharani. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or energy or power. We honor the star, and I put the flower petals across both Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype who can help with justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that can help with high intelligence, success in life, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Mrgashira, which is symbolized with the head of a deer. And this is a star that can help us with the energy of curiosity, to help us to be willing to try new things, eat new foods, go to new places, have new adventures, etc. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Mrgashira is ruled by Soma, a liquid form of the moon, in which she is a divine nectar called Amrita, a nectar of immortality. We honor Soma, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Mrgashira star is ruled by Mars. I put more flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, a sign symbolized with the bull, which a sign that has a grounded, earthy energy, and yet is also a luxury-loving sign. Today containing Mars, planet of practical resolution for problems. He likes to take action and solve problems that can be solved. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart and that has all these little piles of flowers on it. And then I'm going to pass it in the air around the chart in a clockwise direction 3 times, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. And now I take a hand fan and I'm going to wave that around the chart 3 times, offering the element of air and a cooling breeze. And now I ring a bell, offering the element of sound. Now I make prayer hands and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we've just invoked, asking them to send blessings into the lives of all of us, our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers for a minute in silence, and then we can do some short question and answer period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. Right now we have time for some questions. If you wish to post them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. What does Uttara mean? Asked Pamela. Purva means the former, and Uttara means the latter. And when there's three sets of stars that have a Purva one and an Uttara one, like they're kind of like in pairs, and they represent some stars that are at the front of that particular constellation, and the Uttara ones are at the latter part of that, because some of the sets of stars have more than one star in that grouping. So for example, sometimes they consider the Purva ones like the front end of a bed, and the Uttara ones the back end, the back legs of the bed, like that. They consider them the front and the back of something, but they're stars that have a grouping that's pretty close together. They're kind of a pair, and there's three sets of them. So Uttara means latter and Purva means the former in that kind of context. Okay, I hope that's helpful. It's a good question. It's a good question. We did have a couple of Uttaras today, right? Uttara Phalguni, Uttara Ashada. So that would be a good question to ask today. Excellent. Any other questions today? I assume many of you are still basking in the energies from Navaratri or from the Ascension program that Dr. Pillai did. So I will not try to keep you too long today. And not seeing any other questions at the moment. So I'll go ahead and close out for today and let you get on with other things. So thank you for being here. We will be here again tomorrow on Friday. And thank you for letting me skip on Wednesday so that I could attend the Ascension program with Dr. Pillai. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.